you brought up a word before, subtly. Now, some people have accused you of having somewhat of a subtle sense of humour, Dutch.
Yes.
Generally, unbelievably stupid people who don't get like any kind of like hint of irony or anything. You, a few days ago, posted, "How dare Dirty Dominik Mysterio steal my nickname?" And so many people are like, "Oh my God," trying to be little armchair historians over it and not getting the joke. But Dirty Dominik Mysterio is the latest person to be dirty, and in all seriousness, do you think you were the inspiration for that nickname?
Probably. But see, Dirty Dominic, wait a minute. Let's listen to it. What sounds better? Dirty Dutch or Dirty Dominic? But Dirty Dutch. And it may be because you've heard it over and over and over and over. But even the letters D, D, M, it fits both ways. So I do think had to be considered to give him the dirty name, and it'll probably work. The kid's very talented, but hey, I earned the dirty on my own. Dominic, on the other hand, his ancestry was in wrestling, and now they pushed him with his dad for a long time, then turned him on his dad, then did this deal with Judgment Day. So I think his future really, really looks good, and I kind of take it now as a badge of honor. So, and they've been other dirties, but never like Dirty Dutch.
I think I could agree with that as well. Where did the dirty prefix come from then? Did you come up with it yourself, or was it someone else?
Well, hell, myself, of course. I just didn't come up with the Dutch Mantell. I didn't know there was a Dutch Mantell. To the old timer Buddy Fuller gave me that name, and I may have told that story before. He was a shooter
with Ron Fuller. In fact, we told the story.
Yep, and that's where I got it. And later on, I said I need something in front of it. And Dirty Dick Murdoch, he'd already had the name. And I said, wait a minute. Hey, DDM. See? Dirty Dick Murdoch, Dirty Dominik Mysterio, Dirty Dutchman, DDM. I just put that together. Weird, huh? Ironic, kind of. But I put the dirty on it. Of course, it's all stolen. We do that stuff all the time. Comedians do it like nightly. They'll hear a comedian on stage do a joke, and they'll go up and do the same one. People say, you stole it. He said, oh, who gives a shit? It's funny. But I came up with the dirty name when I was in Puerto Rico, except I couldn't use dirty then because nobody knew what it was. It was in English. So I was Sucio, Sucio, and I changed it to Suzio, Suzio, which was the lazy C, which somebody said, that gets heat a little bit. So, but anyway.
So you were genuinely, before you were dirty, you were Sucio, and then you translated it back.
Yes, I was Sucio before I was dirty, but I could have been filthy, unwashed, but a lot of terms I could have used, but I used dirty. So which worked?
I think there's currently a filthy Tom Lawler as well. He used to be in UFC, now he's a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
I was looking. You sent me a list of a few dirties: the Dirty Daltons, Dirty Dick Murdoch, Dirty Dick Slater, Dirty White Boy, which isn't really a prefix, it's just an entire nickname. Currently, there's also Dirty Dango, which is the former Fandango. So I didn't realize just like how many people had actually used that nickname, because I only really associate with you and Murdoch, really.
Well, Murdoch, tremendous performer. You ever seen him?
Yeah, quite a few matches, yeah.
Brother, this guy could go to the ring. I watched him one night, and he said, "What's this, kid?" I went to the ring, and he took an arm drag, just an arm drag, and got up and sold it like he'd been shot. And the people were going nuts. He would get, and he'd sell his back and he'd roll out of the ring. And watching him was a pleasure because you didn't know what he was going to do. And he was a big guy too. He was about 6'3", 6'4". And the thing about Dickie, and Dickie always liked me. Dickie, when he would get too much heat with the fans, he had what we called a 6-inch punch. He'd put his hands like this, and he'd throw it like that. He'd knock them out. One night in the and another guy who had a hell of a punch was Killer Carl Cox. One night, Killer Carl Cox went to the ring in West Palm Beach, Florida, and he knocked one guy out on the way in. This was like a run-in a match. Guy saw him coming. He knocked one guy out on the way in and 2 guys out on the way out. He had them. It looked like a damn hospital ward. People attended, those guys laid out. I said, "What happened?" He said, well, he wanted to say hello." And he knocked him out. But yeah, Dickie Murdoch, great performer.